Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Amy Williams, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. Thank you so much for joining me today, December 31st, 2023, which I'm pretty sure I will say 2023 until March, April. We'll see. Let me make sure this is going because, oh, it is. All right. So, I have been MIA for the past several weeks, and I know that. I'm sorry. Christmas got busy. We had so many things going on. My husband and I throw a huge Christmas party where we have about 50 people and make everything from scratch. My husband and I don't do anything that's not from scratch. When I say my husband and I really mean my husband. He's the cook. I am the cheese grater. I am really good at cheese grating. So that's what I do. But anyway, we had that. Of course, Christmas Eve fell on a Sunday. So it was just too much. And I had to change my priorities and go, I have to work on family right now. They had to come first. My husband got the flu right before Christmas. So we were kind of, I was kind of doing a lot. He's fine. We're fine. I didn't get sick. It was awesome. Anyway, but this week is a huge week for Stampin' Up! Our new mini catalog comes out and Celebration also starts. Celebration is a sale that goes through January to the end of February, where for every $50 you spend, you can choose something from this catalog right here. There are stamp sets, there's ribbon, there's paper, there's I believe there's some embellishments, I think. And then there's also an embossing folder, and that set is actually, if you spend $100 US, you get this set and embossing folder. And look at this embossing folder. Isn't that so cool? I love it. It comes with this set right here. I'm so excited to start. I have not played with it. I wish I had played with it, but I didn't. We didn't get out of school this year. I'm a school librarian. We didn't get out of school till the 22nd. So that's part of the reason I didn't get everything done, because the 22nd, y'all. But I have all of next week. And so next week is getting all of my craft room reorganized and getting everything ready to go. Working on some techniques that I can kind of do over the next few months. So I'm pretty excited about that. We're going to use a set in the new mini catalog. Here that is. Again, I can't show you any images from this catalog yet because it isn't live. So when it's live, I can show you pictures in the catalog. If you would like a catalog, let me know. Reach out to me and we can, see if I get you one. All right. Now don't leave until the very end, because I'm going to show you some more of the cards we're going to make. We're using this Enduring Beauty stamp set, but I'm going to show you some things I did 5 minutes before I went on for tonight. Okay. With one of the stamp sets that is retiring. So if you want to get that, you have to get that like right now. So anyway, let me turn the camera around, show you what we're doing today. I'm really excited because I have been waiting to do this technique for a long time. I've been waiting for the right stamp set. The one I had used making these cards previously retired, so I didn't have the right one. And as soon as I saw this one, I went, that's it. That's the card. That's what I'm doing. The first thing I want to do is with this card. So let me flip the camera and show you what we're going to do today. Here we go. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to show you this very quickly. I'm going to move this just a little bit. Hold on. Okay. All right. So if you will see, here's my normal Stampin' mat, or I can't even think of what this called is. Anyway, grid paper. Now below my grid paper is this brand new glass mat. All right. So you hear it's so big, y'all. It is so nice. So here it is. Okay. It comes with this right here, and it's a palette for you to use. So you can put your water, you can put your inks, you can put all that. So you've got that. And it also comes with a cleaner, which is right here, which I have not even taken out of the package. Okay, I'm going to be totally honest with you. I haven't even taken the plastic off of this yet. I don't want anything to happen to it. So if you want this setup, you can get this as part of your join if you become a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator during celebration, okay? Demonstrators had a time where we could order this, and honestly, they didn't allow it for very long because so many people wanted it. So many demonstrators wanted it that they had to stop it because they had to have it enough for y'all. So anyway, so that is that. Okay, so let me go ahead and show you what we're going to do today. We are going to do this right here. Now, this is one I've already done. We're going to use a different color scheme because I don't ever like to do the same color scheme. I have some other ones that I have done that I will show you a little bit later, but this is what we're going to do today. I love this technique. Okay, so we're going to start with a piece of basic white paper, and I'm going to put my foam mat below it, okay, because this is a photopolymer stamp, and it does better, okay? Now, this stamp set actually has a whole set of masks, okay? I'll be honest. I did some with it, and this is the one I did, okay? And I kind of messed up on it, and so you can do that. Here's the start of it, all right? Here's my start. I just didn't finish coloring it in because I was like, oh, I had a couple imperfections. So they're kind of dirty in the other room. But that is the masks, and I love them. So I will finish this. I just haven't, okay? But I'm going to do this how I had originally planned, which is using our Stampin' Blends, okay? So I have my stamp set on my largest, oh my gosh, block. Okay, and I'm using Memento, and I'm going to stamp this. I'm going to get this nice and good, okay? And I always do it when I have a big one. I apply it this way. I don't know why. I think everybody does that, though. At least I hope they do. Okay, so I'm going to go to this corner right here, and I'm going to put this down. So it's always good to do random, and you want it. Oh, I'm going to make sure you can see. Okay, there you go. Now you can see. I'm not filling the page with this one thing. I'm just doing part of it. Can you see that? All right, so now I'm going to do kind of the other corner. Okay, and it has these little things right here, and I want as many of those as I can get on here. So I'm going to try to get, okay, that's okay. It's all good, Amy. You got it. All right, so I'm going to do that right there. Just like that. Okay. Always like to give it a second to sink in. Okay, good. And then I'm going to do this other corner. Okay. Okay. Like this. I'm going to do it like that. Okay. And then I'm going to do one more right here. And let's be honest, every one of these is going to be different. Every time you do this, it will be different. And that is the beauty of this, right? Okay, so I'm going to do this. Oh, okay, I'm going to do it right here, and that's going to be okay. It's going to be okay. That mistake is not going to end up being a mistake because we're going to cover that up anyway, so it's all good. And here's what I found with, my intention was to do this with the masks, okay? But here's what I found. The masks, the first mask only does the flowers. So it kind of messed up because I couldn't judge how the other ones were going to be. And I know that I'm not smart enough to first do this and then add the masks to this. I don't think I'm smart enough for that. So that is why I kind of change that, okay? All right, so let me move this out, and I'm going to turn this over so that we've got a little bit, you're kind of going to see. All right, I might end up doing it like that. I kind of like that. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to do our blending, okay? I love blender pens, and I'm going to start with, I know I'm going to say, I always say bubble gum, but I'm pretty sure it's bubble bath. It is. It's bubble bath. I'm going to use Berry Burst. I'm going to use these two palettes together. I'm going to use Pool Party. I might add in a little yellow. I might do a couple yellow flowers, and then I'm going to do this. I think this is my, I didn't do the yellow on the last one, but I think that's something I'm going to want to do. So I'm going to start with the lightest bubble bath blend, okay? And no, I'm not. I'm going to, I lied. I'm going to actually decide right now which ones I want to be in the yellow. I'm going to have this one be yellow, and I'm going to have this one be yellow, okay? So I'm just kind of, because I didn't use yellow in the last one, I wanted to, this is Lemon Lolly. So I'm using the light Lemon Lolly here and the light Lemon Lolly right here, just to give us a little extra. And you can't do that if you're using the masks. You can't go, oh, I want this one pink and I want this one yellow or whatever. I think this one needs to be yellow too. I think he's yellow. Okay. So we're going to do that. Now this first layer, honestly, it doesn't matter so much, okay? All right, so I've got my yellow. And I'm going to let that kind of sink in. Well, yeah, I'm going to let that sink in for a bit. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is my bubble bath. And I am just going to go like this, okay? The first layer is really, in my opinion, just coloring in, okay? So I'm going to color this in. Okay. Now, if you mess up and do a petal wrong or something like that, it's okay. And if you get a little out of the lines, that's okay too, because guess what? Oh, look, I just did that. We're covering that up in black, so it doesn't matter, okay? And the one I showed you, I'd use navy, but I'm using black on this one. All right, so I'm going to color this one in. I'm going to color this one in. For some reason, to me, I love blends, y'all. These are just, they are my favorite thing in the whole wide world. And I'm using the light. Okay, so I'm going to use this over here. I just think you can get a lot of depth of color by using the blends. And I love them. And I know they're pricey. I do. And I get that. I totally understand that they are pricey. And that not everybody can afford them. So if this is not your kind of technique of choice, because I know we all have techniques we like better. If you would rather watercolor this, watercolor. If you want to use the masks, use the masks. You do whatever you want to do to color these in, okay? Using the glycerin, because I think the glycerin helps that glide really well. I think that'd be a great thing. If you are somebody who loves the watercolor pencils, use the watercolor pencils. It's all up to you, okay? So that's just what I'm trying to say, is do what works for you. Okay, so now I've let this yellow sink in. For some reason, I just like to let it sink in. So now I'm going to use the dark Lemon Lolly, and I'm just going to use that on these lines. I'm just going to kind of add some shading in here, okay? I might have to use this one. I was going to use one I'd already made, but I think I'm going to really love this yellow. All right, so I've got that one, and then I've got this one. All right, so there is that. Now, I'm going to let those kind of blend a little bit because they will continue to blend. And then I'll come back to that color again in a little bit, all right? Same thing I'm going to do with the leaves. I'm going to start with the light Granny Apple Green, and I'm going to color in the leaves, okay? I know these are probably bothering people so much. Don't worry. I promise it will be all okay later. So what is everybody doing for New Year's? I am curious. I'm going to my best friend's house. We do the Christmas party. She does New Year's. So that's kind of how we've been doing that for many years. And they come over, her and her husband come over almost all day on Saturday of our party to help us, because there's no way my husband and I could do all of the cooking and everything by ourselves. So they have started the last several years, when we stepped up making even more than we used to, coming and helping. And so they are actually allowing us to come early and help them, which is fantastic because they never let us help. They're always more self-sufficient than we are. And Ted is doing something in there. I'm really curious what he's making, because I don't know what that is. Or is he cleaning something? Oh, maybe he's mopping. I don't know. I can't tell. Anyway, hopefully he's doing something delicious and wonderful, because I don't really like what he's doing. So anyway, I hope you all had a great 2023. I'm going to be honest, this was probably one of the best years I have had in a long, long time. So you know that I do the YouTube channel, and I actually got enough followers and watch hours to start getting paid. But I haven't actually figured out how to get the algorithm correct where I can actually get paid. I'll get that, don't worry. All right, so let me do pool party. All right, so I'm going to do these in pool party. All right, so that's that. I also, in 2023, have lost 72 pounds since March. I still have another 13 to go. I want to lose a total of 85, but I know that I can do that. I've worked really, really hard, and I know that it'll happen. All right, I'm going to go in with my darker bubble bath. I always want to say bubble gum, but it's not. It's bubble bath. So, alliteration, Amy. It's always alliteration, and you would think that the librarian would remember the alliteration, because I love alliteration. Anyway, I think I just like saying that word too, huh? All right, so I'm going to kind of go here. You always want to start. Stampin' Up does such a good job. I think these things are kind of idiot proof or Amy proof, because I'm not an artist. I would love to be an artist. Actually, my son got me a painting kit that talks about color and things like that. And he's like, follow this guy. So I have great kids. So that's another goal, is for me to learn that. And there's another Stampin' demonstrator in the UK. He's amazing, and he does some classes. And so I think I'm going to take some of those just so I can learn to be better. Because I know that I'm doing this very quickly because I want to get onto it. Okay. Now I'm also going to take Berry Burst, and I'm going to add a little extra with this, okay? I think this card needs a little bit of extra. I think that, to me, the bubble bath is not necessarily enough. So I'm just going to kind of add some of this. All right. Oh, I don't think I used any there. So what else did I do in 2023? My sons are on their own now. So my husband and I have been doing traveling. We went on our first cruise, not our last for sure. So we did that. We, gosh, what else did we do? I feel like there's more. Oh, I started a new business. I started selling Mary Kay, which is a lot of fun. And I think that when you feel better about yourself, you can do more. And I know that losing all that weight has really helped me be able to do some other things in my life. All right, so I like that. But again, I'm going to go back in with my dark bubble bath and do some blending. Okay. Now this starts out really dark, but I want you to see how it kind of, it calms down in a second. Okay. All right. It'll totally calm down. Flirty Flamingo does that too. Oh my gosh. It looks like crazy when you first, put it on. It looks so bright. And then it totally calms down and I'm like, oh, that's what I wanted. All right, so I'm just blending. And I always, when I blend, I use circles. Always use circles. I don't know why. Again, I haven't taken the class. I need to learn the class. All right, so see, you can kind of see the difference between that and this. So I'm just gonna kind of keep doing that. All right. And I'm going fast. I normally don't go this fast. I normally go a lot slower and take my time, but I don't want this video to be 6 hours long because I need to show you the next technique. Okay, and I feel like this needs some more blue in here. I feel like this needs some more. We're gonna really darken this up a little bit. Oh, and I didn't do the green. All right, let's do some dark granny apple. Okay. And then I'm just going to kind of go like this. All right. I think that is supposed to be green. That's a stem. I was going to use old olive, but I'm not sure this is going to need it. We're going to see. We'll see. This seems to be kind of doing pretty well. Okay. I'm gonna see after it blends a little bit. Okay. All right, almost done with these. Okay, there we go. And I'm gonna leave it like that. I'm pretty happy with that. I think it looks good. I really like the addition of the yellow. That makes me happy. All right, now for the inside part. Now, if you have a blend, if you have a black blend, use it. That's absolutely fine. It does a great job. But I'm going to be honest, I'm a little bit cheap. And when I say a little bit, I mean, yeah, I'm cheap. So I'm going to use our Stampin' Right marker that is black because, you know, it's cheaper. And if I use it up, I can buy another one cheaper. So I always am for frugal. Now I'm going into all these spaces that are white, okay, with my black marker, because this, I really don't want any white space anywhere on here. I want this whole thing to be white space free. Okay, so I'm going to go in here. And this is why if you got out of line, it's like, yeah, it's okay. I'm fixing it right here, right? Oh, I see where I missed a stem. There, okay. All right, that is black space or white space that needs to be black. Okay. Now, if you live in the Dallas area, I do a stamp class once a month in my home. So if you're interested in that, please let me know. We would love to have you join us. We've got lots of ladies that come. There's no requirement to purchase, and I do not charge. I feel like this is a gift that I want to give to people, and that's why I don't charge. So if that's something you're interested in. Now, if you don't have a demonstrator and you want to buy something, I will certainly sell it. But I don't require it for you to come. I want people to be able to learn and grow and do things and have fun. So that's why I do it. So you can see now those little lines. Yes, I started at the top for a reason because they were kind of bothering me too. You know, but did you see how there's no mistakes? Like I just moved the stamp set. It was not a big deal, right? So yeah, you're just going to do that. And I had not planned to do this whole thing because I wanted to get to the next step, but I'm going to, mainly because in my sample that I was going to say, oh, by the magic TV, it's done. I didn't use the yellow. And honestly, I think that yellow made it. Like, I love the addition of the yellow. So, you know, we're going to do it. We're going to go with it. And so you're going to get to watch a little bit more of Amy color. You're going to get to listen to a little bit more of my stories. My parents asked me for Christmas. They were like, where can we get you a gift card to your stamp stuff? And I'm like, well, you can't because you would buy it from me. And I really was afraid they were going to find a demonstrator and buy one through her. And then I'd have to buy through her. And I'd be like, no. So luckily they just gave me money. And you know what? I'm going to spend part of it on stamps and part of it on new clothes. Because when you go from an XXL to a small, you need new clothes. I'm not going to lie. You got to have new clothes because they don't fit anymore. There's not one thing in my closet. Well, actually, there's nothing left because me and the Allen Community Outreach have become really close over the last several months. Every time I do a little clean out, I'm like, well, let's take it over to ACO. And that's what I do. I'm not going to sell it online. I would rather somebody else benefit from my success. So I donate it to our Allen Community Outreach, which I love that. What is it? Nonprofit. So it makes me feel good. I know I could probably have made a lot of money on Facebook Marketplace selling stuff, but this makes me feel better. So that's what I did. So hopefully somebody went over there and didn't go, oh my gosh, these are awful. Hopefully somebody liked something that I bought. I am almost done. I'm just going to finish this. And I'm sorry, guys. I just have to show you with this yellow edition. I just think it's gorgeous. Okay. Luckily, I have other stuff done. Now, will I get rid of this one? No, I will not. I will make that card up as well as soon as I am done, because why would I waste it, right? I gave my mom a stack of cards for Christmas and she was so happy. And if you don't do that, I highly recommend that you give people a stack of handmade cards, because not everybody is as talented as you are, but man, they sure love getting them, and I love giving it. And one of my parents, the Wolf Terry family, Gaga is a good friend of mine, Kathy Wolf. Hi, Kathy, if you're watching. They even gave me a handmade card with their Christmas gift this year, and I was like, oh, that just made me so happy. So I appreciated that so much, just to get that. So you know other people do too, right? All right, so I'm just about done here. And honestly, when I made these cards before, I stopped. And what I had done when I made them before is I stamped a whole bunch of them. And then I went downstairs and my husband and I were watching a movie. It was terrible. It was the worst Marvel movie I've ever watched. And I sat and colored and I was like, you know what? And I told him at the end, I said, look, you are darn lucky that I had something to do during this movie, because that was so boring. All right. So here's my stamp set, my card done. And I'm going to be honest, I love it. I think it looks pretty. And I'm actually going to do this. I am going to take my marker and I'm just going to go into these centers and darken them just a bit. Okay. And if I get out of the line, it doesn't matter. It's all good, right? Okay. So I'm just going to do that. And this is where I stopped last time. And this is where I stopped on the first card I made. But then I was just kind of like, you know what? I feel like this needs something. And so on the first card I was like, I need something. It just needs something. And so what I did was I took some of our enamel effects, and I don't know if you can see, but I put it just on the flowers after it was done. And I thought, ooh, that's pretty cool. I like that. I did like that a lot. But then on this one, I embossed it in clear. And I really felt like it made that color, the colors just really pop. So I'm going to do that on this one, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm only going to do the one. Don't get crazy, right? All right, so I'm just going to take my Versamark pad and I am going to Versamark this whole thing, okay? And I need to juice this thing up. I know that, but it works earlier, so it's going to work today. Okay, let me... This is like the one time you don't use your embossing buddy. All right, so there is this, and I've got this all Versamarked up, and I'm going to take my clear embossing powder. Okay, I'm just going to put it in here, and I'm going to use my little spoon, and I'm just going to put it on just like that. All right. And then I'm going to take this, and I'm going to kind of let it run down. I want to get the whole thing covered. Now, I did make this larger than what I'm going to need. I always leave room to cut down because I am the mistake maker. Like, I know I make a lot of mistakes. Okay, so here it is. And actually, I'm going to be honest. That little bit there is just going to, it's just going to fly away. So, oh, and then you can see where I touched it. So again, I always make it bigger because I always mess something up, right? So in order for me to, you know, not mess up too much, I'm gonna, I don't know what I was saying. I forgot. Okay. You know what? I'm just gonna emboss and we're gonna see what happens. Okay. Yeah. So you can see I had too much right there and it pushed off. All right. Ah, you can see, look, here it goes. Here it goes. And I'll have the other one to kind of show you the difference. So hopefully y'all can see that difference. I know that there, I can, make that closer up. But I'm afraid to, because I know me well enough to know I'll mess it up. Because that's just what I do. I mess things up. So this takes a hot minute. And you know when you've got it embossed because it becomes shiny, right? You've never embossed before. It is the most fun ever. I can't wait to show you some other things I embossed right before I came on that I'm going to use tonight. All right, so here is, I think it's all done. Yep. All right, so here it is embossed. Oh, wait, I see a little spot right there. Hold on, sorry. You did not emboss. All right. Now I've got it. Okay. So look at that. Isn't that brighter? Okay, so I want you to see the difference. I hope you can see on camera the difference between the embossed and the not embossed, okay? I think it just took it to another level, and I really, really like that. So that is that. All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this, put that over here, and I'm gonna get my cutter, my paper trimmer. Let's cut this down, okay? I'm gonna cut it down on this side. I'm just gonna cut, let's see, I want it to be 3 3/4, so I'm going to cut 1/2 inch, okay, and then I'm going to do the 1/2 inch here because I want this to 5. All right, so there is this, and you know, honestly, I was looking at something earlier. I was looking at this earlier, and I was like, oh, is that, I was looking at this piece right here. I was like, that looks like designer paper. I mean, let's be honest, that looks like a piece of designer series paper. Keep these. You can always use them for something later, right? They go into my stash pile. Okay, so here's what I have. I think I actually am going to use this hello there. I think it's so cute. That's from this celebration stamp set. It's not what I had planned to use. I had actually planned to use happy birthday, but I'm going to use hello there. One of our good friends' birthday is tonight. And so my husband was like, when I was showing him the cards, he was like, oh, is that for Kristen? And I was like, well, I don't know. I hadn't gotten that far, so we'll see. Maybe. But maybe I do need to be, no, we'll see. I'm going to do both. I'm going to do hello there. I'm going to do it in the middle. Okay. I've got, oh, did a crummy job with that. So I'm going to try it again. Hello there. Okay. So I've got that. Now I'm going to flip it around and I'm going to flip this around and I'm going to do happy birthday because I might want it to be happy birthday. We'll see. Okay. All right. So I've got that done. Okay. I will do that later. All right. So now what I need to decide is I'm doing this on a black card and I need to decide what color I want to use as my background. I did not cut yellow because honestly, I didn't think I was going to be using yellow. So here it is on the blue, which I kind of like, the pool party, because I don't have as much pool party in there. Okay. Then I also could do it on Berry Burst. I think that gives it another really pretty option. Okay. And then I also have Bubble Bath, which, yep, Bubble Bath, BB. All right. So that, I don't like that as well. I'm going to be honest. I don't like that as well. I think I'm going to go with Pool Party just because I want to pull out as much of this blue as possible. So I'm going to put this here and I'm going to put this here, but I've got some stuff. Okay. So these, I've cut out some of these. This comes in a new stamp set or a new die set. Also from the cabinet called Thoughtful Expressions. It's a beautiful suite. It has this gorgeous hummingbird. And I love the flowers. I love the set, but this hummingbird just sold me. But these dies might be my favorite new thing. And here's why. I like things to matte. When I make things, I love to matte. And I've said it before, oh, if only those matted, it would be even better. Well, look, these and these matte. Oh, so that was a really exciting thing for me. Okay, so I did do a bunch of these, and I'm going to go ahead and attach this to here so that I can figure out what I want to do. Okay, so I'm going to do this. All right, let's put this on here. Okay, so that's going to go in the black. I do really like that. So I did this one on this card, and I did this one here with the ribbon. I'm wondering if because I think I'm going to use I've got the yellow ribbon. Okay, but maybe I do it on, let's see, the blue with the ribbon, with the yellow ribbon. Okay, like that. I think I like that. I think that's what I like. And then I think hello there will fit. So I am going to use hello there. Let me cut this down. I'm not a good measurer when it comes to this kind of stuff. Okay. I don't like to measure this kind of stuff, but I do want this to be at 3/4 of an inch. So I'm going to take a hair more off here from the top and then a hair off of the bottom to make it a good, I'm a little less than 3/4. How about that? Okay. So there's that. I've got hello there. Sometimes you just want to say hello, right? Okay. So I'm going to use, my Old Faithful. I use this all the time. It's my favorite. It just is. That's the one I want. It's just my favorite. I can't help it. I don't want it all the way to the end like that. And then I'm going to do this one. Let's see. like that. So there is that, because I do want it a little longer than that. Okay, so I'm going to do that. Now, to put the ribbon on, I'm just going to add some Stampin' Seal, and I'm going to start by, I'm going to cut this one. Okay, oopsie, get off there. All right, so I'm going to start you here. Boom. 2, 3. I think I'm going to do 3. Yeah, I think it has to be 3. I think 4 would, I don't want to be, I think 4 would be too much. And then we're going to put hello there in the middle. I'm going to use dimensionals. So I'm going to get my dimensionals here, and I'm going to put one here and one here. So I'm going to put those on this like that. Nope, not like that, because that's not straight. Like, nope, still not happy with that. Let's see, let's center it. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to dimensional this too, because, well, why not? I love dimensionals. And if you've watched me before, you're like, yeah, we know. Crazy Amy. Crazy Amy. All right. So now I have to decide where I want it. I think I want it right here, because I want, you know, we'll use some of that black space. All right. And then I'm going to do this. 2, 3, 4. And then I'm going to put this right here in the middle. Now, I used a black card. Yes. Do I have some white that I'm going to put on the inside? You better believe it. Did I make it the right size? I did. Am I just going to put it in there? No, I am not. Let me get this back out. All right. I think this one is my favorite of all the ones I've done. All right. I love it when that happens. So I'm going to stamp this. I know I should have done this before. I did forget. Let's be honest. I forgot. Okay. So I'm going to stamp this right here. Boop. Just like that. Okay. And then I'm going to very quickly color it. Like super fast. Okay. This is going to be lightning speed fast. Okay. I promise. Not with that side. All right, I just messed that up. So we're just going to pretend that I did this and it looked so good. And okay, it's going to go right here colored. All right. But I'm not obviously going to use that because that looks terrible. But here is the finished front. The finished inside will look like this. Okay. Or like, not like this, because I forgot to do that one. Okay. Now, here's the other one I did, because when I first stamped it, I actually really liked it with just black and white. So I did this one as just black and white. I added Sweet Sorbet as the background, kind of as a pop of color. And then I added some iridescent gems. And I thought that made it look really neat. And I just thought that was something a little different, because these two cards are the exact same card. It's just one's colored and one's not. And so that was something I thought was really cool. Okay, now on to one other thing I wanted to show you. I know this video is getting long and I'm sorry. So I told you that we have a huge Christmas party, okay? A huge Christmas party. I'm gonna move all my stuff out of the way. Don't y'all love this glass mat? I think it's gorgeous. All right, so what I did is we made vanilla for our guests. Everybody leaves our party with a gift. And this year we made vanilla. We started it in January. So what I did was I made tags, okay? And I used our tag punch that we don't have anymore. This was part of our set we had. I used some red gems, and then I just wrote where it was. You know what it is, bourbon vanilla extract, and then that. So that was on the top of all of my bourbon or vanilla. So then we also do place cards. So I always do different ones. Okay. So this was this year's. So I just punched these out. Okay. I embossed these, and then I would write y'all are going to think, oh, we're alcoholics. We're not. We do make homemade eggnog, but these are all the ones that were left over. These were the few that I had left over that I hadn't written on. So that was our place card. So my friend Julie was like, hey, can you bring, you know, some of those place cards so that we can do that? Because Carl's worried. And I was like, oh, sure, absolutely. Well, those are Christmas. It's not Christmas anymore. I'm not going to do that. So I used the largest die of this. I used this one right here. And I die cut these. And then I used, there it is. Now, this curved occasions, this stamp set, I love, love, love. I'm really sad that this retired because I love this stamp set. I loved this. And I used it as a disco ball earlier, several weeks ago. And one of my downline, Nicole Spinetto, said, oh, that would make a really good ball drop for New Year's cards. And I was like, okay, that's a great idea. She made some adorable cards. Her YouTube is Simply Spinetto, if you want to go and look at that. She did some great stuff. But I don't make New Year's cards. And I was like, that's great. I'll never use that. So when Julie said, can you make place cards? I said, why, yes, I can. So look what I did. I embossed them in silver and gold. Okay. So then when I get there and I find out what we've got, I'll write them on, I've got a silver and a gold pen. I'll write on there and that will be our, and I put them in our, I have little place card things to stick them in. So that is that. Now, I also use these other times when we have parties. So this is one I made for a different party. I did it on white. I colored it in. That took a lot of time. This, much, much quicker. So that is why I messed it up, so I don't use it. But that is that. So anyway, that's your just extra little tip for the day. This was the real show. This is the real show. So this is really what I did. Now, I did want to say that this one I colored with a navy pen, and this one I did with black. So they're different, but they're very similar. All right. Thank you for watching today. I hope that you have a phenomenal New Year's Eve. I hope that you begin your 2024 amazing. This is going to be a fantastic year, guys. Stick with me. I've got so much more I want to show you. And Happy New Year. We'll see you next Sunday. Bye.